The consortium of enlightened species prided itself on being the pinnacle of galactic civilization. For millennia, they had reigned supreme. Their mastery of faster-than-light travel and energy manipulation unrivaled across the known universe. At the helm of this grand alliance stood High Counselor Xyrix Valen, a being of pure energy whose consciousness spanned multiple dimensions. Order! I call this assembly to order! Xyrix's thoughts reverberated through the grand hall of concordance, silencing the myriad delegates from 1,000 worlds. We gather today to address a most unusual situation. The hall, a marvel of quantum architecture that defied conventional physics, hummed with anticipation. Beings of all forms, gaseous, crystalline, energy-based, and more, turned their attention to the central dais. Ambassador Quilks of the Photonic Collective pulsed with curiosity. High Counselor, what could possibly be unusual for beings of our advancement? Xyrix's form shimmered, a sign of mild amusement. Indeed, Quilks. Yet it seems the universe still holds surprises. Our long-range sensors have detected a new species venturing beyond their home system. A species that, until now, we had dismissed as primitive. Murmurs rippled through the assembly. Dr. Olak, the silicon-based representative of the crystalline worlds, chimed in, his voice a melodious chorus of tinkling crystals. Surely you jest, Xyrix. No primitive species could achieve interstellar travel without our guidance. I do not jest, Dr. Olak. Xyrix's tone sharpened, causing several nearby energy beings to flicker nervously. These humans, as they call themselves, have achieved rudimentary faster-than-light travel, and they've done so using methods we never considered possible. The hall erupted in chaos. Delegates clamored over each other, their voices a cacophony of disbelief, outrage, and fear. Silence. Xyrix boomed, his energy form expanding to fill the chamber. As quiet fell, he continued, I've dispatched our foremost xenoanthropologist, Dr. Elira XYN, to observe these humans covertly. Elira, share your findings. A holographic projection materialized in the center of the hall, revealing a lithe, blue-skinned being with iridescent eyes. Dr. XYN's voice was calm, but tinged with excitement. Esteemed members of the consortium, what I've observed defies all our preconceptions. These humans, they're chaotic, unpredictable, and yet brilliant in ways we've never imagined. She gestured, and images of Earth filled the air. Sprawling cities, vast oceans, and most shockingly, primitive spacecraft pushing the boundaries of their solar system. Their technology is crude by our standards, yet they've overcome obstacles through sheer determination and ingenuity. They've split the atom, harnessed fusion, and now they're reaching for the stars with nothing more than dreams and duct tape. Laughter rippled through the assembly, but it was uneasy. Tenzo, a gaseous entity from the Nebula Collective, wafted forward. Surely they pose no threat to us? We've mastered the cosmos for eons. Dr. XYN's eyes gleamed. That's just a Tenzo. We've mastered space. They're still exploring it, and that makes them dangerous in ways we can barely comprehend. High Counselor Xyrix pulsed thoughtfully. What do you propose, Dr. XYN? We must study them, learn from them. Their chaotic nature, their ability to innovate under pressure. It's unlike anything in our records. I believe they could change everything. The hall fell silent, the weight of her words sinking in. Xyrix's form pulsed slowly, contemplating. Finally he spoke. Very well. We shall observe these humans closely, but we must also prepare. For if they are as unpredictable as you say, Elira, they may upset the balance we've maintained for millennia. As the assembly dispersed, whispers of excitement and fear echoed through the quantum corridors. The age-old certainties of the consortium were shaken. For the first time in eons, the masters of the galaxy felt a flicker of something long forgotten, uncertainty. Little did they know this was just the beginning. Earth's explorers were about to burst onto the galactic stage, and nothing would ever be the same again. Captain Zura Novak stood on the bridge of the ESS Frontier, Earth's first true interstellar vessel. Her heart raced, a mix of excitement and trepidation coursing through her veins. The ship hummed with energy, its experimental Alcubierre drive ready to tear a hole in the fabric of space-time. "All systems green, Captain," reported Lieutenant Kai Rakesh, his fingers dancing over holographic controls. "We're ready for the jump on your mark." Zara took a deep breath, her steel-gray eyes scanning the eager faces of her crew. "This is it, people. Humanity's giant leap into the cosmos. Let's make history." "Yeah!" The bridge erupted in cheers, tension breaking like a dam. Zara allowed herself a small smile before steeling her resolve. Initiate jump sequence. Destination, Proxima Centauri. The ship shuddered, reality itself seeming to bend around them. In a flash of otherworldly light, the ESS Frontier vanished from Earth's orbit. Seconds later, though it felt like an eternity to the crew, they emerged in an alien star system. Proxima Centauri's red dwarf sun glowed ominously before them. "Holy, we did it!" Kai exclaimed, his usual composure cracking. Zara felt a surge of pride. "Status report, all stations." As the crew called out their readings, confirming the ship's integrity and their miraculous success, none of them noticed the sleek, almost invisible probe watching from the system's outer reaches. Dr. Illyra XYN nearly forgot to maintain her corporeal form as she watched the humans arrive. "Impossible," she whispered, her iridescent eyes wide with disbelief. She quickly composed a message to the consortium. "High Council, the humans have achieved viable FTL travel far sooner than projected. They're here in the Proxima Centauri system, millions of light years away." The consortium erupted into chaos once more. Back on the frontier, Zara was about to order preliminary scans of the system when alarms blared. "Captain, unknown object approaching at high velocity," Kai shouted, his fingers a blur over the controls. Zara's training kicked in. Shields up, evasive maneuvers. But the object wasn't attacking. It stopped short, hovering just outside their shield perimeter. It was a probe? No more than that. A holographic message suddenly flickered to life on the bridge. A blue-skinned, ethereal being appeared before them. "Greetings, humans of Earth. I am Dr. Illyra XYN of the Galactic Consortium. On behalf of the advanced species of this galaxy, I bid you welcome to the cosmic stage." Stunned silence fell over the bridge. Zara found her voice first. I'm Captain Zara Novak of the Earth Spaceship Frontier. We come in peace and in the spirit of exploration." Illyra's expression was unreadable. "Your arrival has caused quite a stir, Captain. The consortium would like to formally invite your ship to our nearest outpost for discussions." Zara exchanged glances with her crew. This was way beyond their mission parameters, but the opportunity was too great to pass up. "We would be honored, Dr. XYN. Please transmit the coordinates." As the alien data streamed into their systems, Kai leaned towards Zara. "Captain, are you sure about this? We're not exactly prepared for first contact." Zara's eyes gleamed with determination. "No one's ever prepared for the unknown, Kai. But that's why we're out here. To push boundaries, to explore. And now we get to represent all of humanity to the galaxy." She straightened her uniform and addressed the alien hologram. "Dr. XYN, the ESS Frontier accepts your invitation. Lead the way." As they prepared to follow the alien probe, Zara couldn't shake the feeling that they were stepping into something far bigger than they could imagine. Humanity had dreamed of this moment for centuries, but now that it was here, she realized they might be woefully unprepared for the reality of galactic politics. Little did she know, the consortium was equally unprepared for the chaos and innovation that humans were about to bring to their ordered universe. The ESS Frontier engaged its drive once more, following the alien probe into the unknown. As the stars blurred around them, Zara whispered, "Well, Earth, here goes nothing." Light years away, in the Grand Hall of Concordance, High Counselor Xyrix Valen called for an emergency session. "Esteemed colleagues," his energy form pulsed with urgency, "the humans have arrived far sooner than we anticipated. We must decide, and quickly, do we welcome them, quarantine them, or The unspoken alternative hung in the air. Several delegates shifted uncomfortably. Direlac's crystalline form vibrated with agitation. They're clearly more dangerous than we thought. We should contain them before they disrupt everything we've built. Quilks of the Photonic Collective flashed in disagreement. No, this is an opportunity. Think of what we could learn from their unconventional methods. As arguments erupted across the hall, Xyrix felt the weight of the galaxy on his multidimensional shoulders. The decision they made today would shape the future of galactic civilization. And somewhere in the vast expanse of space, a small blue-green planet continued its orbit, blissfully unaware that its children had just changed the course of cosmic history forever. The ESS Frontier emerged from its jump, the alien outpost looming before them. It was a structure that defied human comprehension, a massive, ever-shifting geometric form that seemed to exist in more dimensions than the eye could perceive. "Sweet mother of, what is that?" Lieutenant Kai exclaimed, his usual cool professionalism cracking under the sheer awe of the sight. Captain Zara Novak stood transfixed, her mind racing to process what she was seeing. "That, Lieutenant, is our first glimpse of what we're up against. Stay sharp, everyone. We're about to make history." As they approached, a shimmering energy field enveloped the frontier, guiding it towards a docking bay that materialized out of nowhere. The crew held their breath as alien atmospherics hissed around the ship's hull. "Otmo reads as breathable, Captain," reported Dr. Ava Chun, the ship's exobiologist. "But I'd recommend suits for our first foray. Who knows what microbial life forms might be floating around out there." Zara nodded, her face set with determination. "Agreed. Kai, Ava, you're with me. The rest of you stay alert. We may be guests, but we're also representing Earth. Let's not take any chances." As the airlock cycled open, Zara led her small team into the alien structure. The interior was a riot of color and impossible geometries, with surfaces that seemed to shift and change as they walked. Dr. Ilera XYN materialized before them, her blue form hovering slightly above the floor. "Welcome, humans, to Outpost Omega 9. The consortium awaits you in the Grand Chamber." The humans followed Ilera through corridors that seemed to bend reality itself. Finally, they entered a vast spherical room filled with beings of every conceivable form, and many inconceivable ones. High Counselor Xyrix Valen's energy form pulsed at the center of the chamber. Captain Novak of Earth stepped forward. Zara advanced, her heart pounding, but her stance resolute. "High Counselor, on behalf of humanity, I greet you in peace and with hope for mutual understanding." A ripple of what might have been laughter, or perhaps disdain, passed through the assembled aliens. Xyrix's form flickered. "Peace? Understanding? You speak of lofty ideals, human. Yet your species has achieved faster-than-light travel using methods that, by all our calculations, should be impossible. Explain yourselves." Zara blinked, taken aback by the hostile tone. "With all due respect, High Counselor, we came here to learn and to share knowledge. Our Alcubire drive dash." "Alcubire?" interrupted Direlak, his crystalline form vibrating intensely. "You've weaponized space-time itself. Do you have any idea of the cosmic risks you're taking?" The chamber erupted into chaos, with various alien delegates shouting accusations and demands. Zara stood her ground, but she could feel the situation spiraling out of control. Suddenly, Kai stepped forward. "Hey, everybody shut up for a second." The sheer audacity of his outburst shocked the aliens into silence. Kai continued, his voice steady but intense. "You call yourselves advanced, but you're acting like scared children. Yeah, our tech might be impossible by your standards, but that's because we had to make it possible. We didn't have your resources or your millennia of knowledge. We had to innovate or die trying." Ava joined in, her scientific curiosity overriding her caution. "Instead of fear, why not look at this as an opportunity? You've mastered the known. We're here to help explore the unknown." The chamber fell silent, the aliens processing this unexpected perspective. Xyrix's form pulsed thoughtfully. "You speak with passion, humans, but passion without wisdom can lead to catastrophe. How can we trust that your Innovations won't destabilize the very fabric of our civilization. Zura saw her opening. Trust is earned, High Counselor. We're not asking for blind faith. We're proposing an exchange. Let us learn from you, and in return, we'll share our unique perspective. Together, we might unlock cosmic secrets neither of us could discover alone. A murmur of intrigue rippled through the assembled aliens. Even Dr. Olak seemed to soften his stance slightly. Quilks of the Photonic Collective flashed brightly. I, for one, am fascinated. These humans have achieved in centuries what took us millennia. Imagine what we could accomplish together. Xyrix's energy form swirled in contemplation. Very well, Captain Novak. We will establish a cultural and scientific exchange. But know this, you will be watched closely. Any sign of danger to the consortium, and this experiment ends immediately. Zura nodded solemnly. Understood, High Counselor. We won't let you down. As the formal proceedings concluded, Zara and her team found themselves surrounded by curious aliens, all eager to learn about these brash newcomers who had turned their understanding of the universe on its head. Dr. Ilara XYN approached them, her eyes shimmering with excitement. I must say, Captain, you've certainly made an impression. I look forward to studying your species more closely. Zara managed to smile, the weight of their responsibility settling on her shoulders. And we look forward to learning from you, Dr. XYN. Though I can't help but feel we've just jumped into the deep end of a very, very large pool. Iliara's laughter sounded like tinkling crystals. Oh, Captain Novak, you have no idea. The universe is about to get a lot more interesting. As the humans began their crash course in galactic diplomacy and cosmic science, none of them realized that far beyond the edges of known space, something ancient and terrible had stirred. The ripples of humanity's cosmic debut had awakened a force that would soon test both humanity and the consortium to their very limits. The clash of paradigms had only just begun, and the galaxy would never be the same again. Months had passed since humanity's dramatic entrance onto the galactic stage. The cultural and scientific exchange between Earth and the consortium had progressed at a breakneck pace, with both sides experiencing a mixture of fascination and frustration. Captain Zura Novak stood in the newly established Earth Embassy on Outpost Omega 9, staring out at the swirling cosmic vortex beyond. Her reflection in the transparent aluminum window looked haggard, the strain of her role as humanity's de facto ambassador evident in the dark circles under her eyes. Captain, you need to see this. Lieutenant Kai Rakesh burst into the room, his usual calm demeanor shattered by excitement. Zura turned, raising an eyebrow. What is it, Kai? He thrust a holographic display into her hands. The consortium just announced a grand challenge. They're calling it the Celestial Marathon, a race to push the boundaries of FTL travel. Zara's eyes widened as she scanned the details. They want us to compete? Against species with millennia of spacefaring experience. That's just it, Kai grinned, his eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. They're fascinated by our Alcubierre drive. This is our chance to prove ourselves. Before Zara could respond, Dr. Ilara XYN materialized in the room, her blue form shimmering with barely contained excitement. Captain Novak, I trust you've heard the news? Iliara's voice chimed like crystal bells. Zura nodded, her mind racing. It's unexpected. Why now? Iliara's form rippled, a sign Zura had learned to interpret as amusement. Let's just say your presence has shaken things up a bit. Many in the consortium are eager to see how your innovations stack up against established technologies. Kai couldn't contain himself. We have to compete. Think of what we could learn. Zara held up a hand, her leadership instincts kicking in. Slow down, Kai. This isn't just about technology. It's politics. Dr. XYN, what are the stakes here? Iliara's expression turned serious. Quite high, I'm afraid. The winners of the Celestial Marathon will gain significant influence in the consortium. And there are whispers of a grand prize. Access to ancient technology that could revolutionize space travel. Zara's mind reeled at the implications. And if we lose, you'll have proven those who fear your potential right, Ilara said softly. It could set back human integration into the galactic community by centuries. The weight of the decision pressed down on Zara. She took a deep breath, squaring her shoulders. We need to contact Earth. This is bigger than just our crew. Weeks later, the starting line of the Celestial Marathon buzzed with activity. Ships of all shapes and sizes, some defying human comprehension, lined up in a vast stretch of open space. The ESS Frontier had undergone significant upgrades, its hull now a sleek blend of human ingenuity and consortium tech. Zara stood on the bridge, her crew a mix of the original Frontier team and Earth's brightest engineers. "Final systems check," she ordered, her voice steady despite the butterflies in her stomach. As her crew called out readiness reports, a massive holographic projection of High Counselor Xyrix Valen appeared before the assembled ships. "Racers of the Celestial Marathon," Xyrix's multidimensional voice boomed. "You stand at the threshold of a new era of exploration. The challenge before you is simple, yet monumental. Navigate the treacherous void cascades, traverse the time-dilated Kronos Nebula, and be the first to reach the ancient beacon at the heart of the Omega Cluster." Murmurs of excitement and trepidation rippled through the Frontier's crew. Xyrix continued, "But be warned, the path is fraught with danger. Cosmic anomalies, gravitational shears, and the unknown lurk at every turn. May the most innovative and daring among you claim victory." As the hologram faded, Zara turned to her crew. "This is it, people. Everything we've worked for comes down to this moment. We're not just racing for Earth. We're racing for humanity's future among the stars. Whatever happens out there, I'm proud to be flying with each and every one of you." A chorus of "Aye, Captain," rang out across the bridge. Zara allowed herself a small smile before settling into the captain's chair. "All right then, Lieutenant Rakesh, plot our course. Dr. Chun, keep those sensors peeled for anomalies. Everyone else, to your stations. Let's show the galaxy what humans can do." As the countdown began, tension mounted on the bridge. Zara gripped her armrests, her eyes fixed on the starfield ahead. 3, 2, 1, begin. In a dazzling display of light and energy, the assembled ships surged forward, each employing their unique FTL methods. The Celestial Marathon had begun. The Frontier leapt into action, its modified Alcubierre drive warping space in ways that made even some of the veteran consortium racers take notice. As they plunged into the swirling chaos of the void cascades, Zara felt a surge of exhilaration. This was what humanity had always dreamed of, pushing the boundaries of the possible, venturing into the unknown with nothing but their wits and determination. Little did they know, their journey through the Celestial Marathon would test them in ways they could never have imagined. And far beyond the race course, ancient eyes watched with growing interest as humanity took its first bold steps into a larger, more dangerous universe. The real challenge was just beginning. The ESS Frontier emerged from the Kronos Nebula, its hull crackling with temporal energy. The crew looked haggard, having experienced subjective weeks within what had been mere hours for the rest of the galaxy. "Status report," Zara barked, her voice hoarse from shouting orders through time distortions. Kai's fingers danced over his console. "We've lost 2 pursuing ships in the nebula, Captain, but the ZK Theory quantum folders are still on our tail, and that Medusan phase shifter is—" "Wait! What the dash?" A massive energy surge erupted ahead of them, tearing a hole in the fabric of space itself. From the rift emerged a colossal structure, ancient, alien, and pulsing with power beyond comprehension. "By all the stars," Dr. Avachin whispered, her scientific mind reeling. "That must be the beacon." Zara leaned forward, her eyes blazing with determination. "This is it, people. Full power to the drive. We didn't come this far to lose now." The Frontier surged forward, pushing its experimental drive to the limit. But as they approached the beacon, something unexpected happened. The ancient structure began to glow, tendrils of energy reaching out to all the approaching ships. Suddenly, every vessel in the race found itself frozen in place, held by an unseen force. A voice, if it could be called that, echoed through the minds of every being present. "Children of the cosmos, You have been judged. Zara felt a chill run down her spine. This was far beyond anything they had prepared for. The voice continued. For UNS, we have waited, watching, evaluating. The Celestial Marathon was never about a race. It was a test. Images flooded their minds. Ancient civilizations rising and falling, cosmic cataclysms, and the slow march of evolution across countless worlds. The consortium grew complacent, believing they had mastered the stars. But true mastery lies not in knowledge hoarded, but in the courage to forever push boundaries. The Frontier's crew exchanged glances, a mixture of awe and fear on their faces. Humanity. The voice resonated with something akin to approval. Your audacity, your drive to explore despite your limitations, has reignited the spark of true progress in this galaxy. Zara found her voice. Oh, what are you? We are the precursors, the first to touch the stars. And now, the guardians of cosmic balance. The energy tendrils intensified, connecting all the ships in a vast network. The prize is not for one, but for all. Behold, the gift of unity. In that moment, knowledge flooded through the network. Humanity's innovative drive merged with Consortium's age-old wisdom. The ZK theory's quantum understanding blended with Medusan phase theory. Countless technologies and philosophies fused in a symphony of cosmic understanding. As the energy faded, the assembled ships found themselves forever changed. The Frontier systems pulsed with new power, its sensors now capable of perceiving realities they never knew existed. High Counselor Xyrix's voice, tinged with awe and a hint of humility, came through the comms. It seems, Captain Novak, that we all had much to learn. The Consortium extends its deepest apologies for our initial skepticism. Zara, still reeling from the cosmic download, managed a smile. No apologies needed, High Counselor. We're all explorers now. As the assembled ships began their journey home, the galaxy felt different. Borders blurred, old rivalries faded in the face of newfound understanding. The age of true cosmic exploration had begun. On the Frontier's bridge, Kai turned to Zara, his eyes wide with wonder. Captain, what do we do now? Zara looked out at the star-filled expanse, a universe of possibilities stretching before them. Now, Lieutenant, now we do what humanity has always done. We explore, we discover, we push further than anyone thought possible. She stood, addressing her crew, and, through the new cosmic link, all those who had participated in this grand adventure. The precursors reminded us of a fundamental truth. The universe is not a prize to be won, but a mystery to be unraveled together. We may have started this journey as competitors, but we ended as partners in the greatest exploration humanity, no, all sentient life has ever undertaken. As the Frontier engaged its new, hybrid drive, preparing to lead the way back to known space, Zara couldn't help but feel a thrill of excitement. They had set out to prove humanity's worth among the stars. Instead, they had helped reshape the very nature of galactic civilization. The stars themselves seemed to shine brighter as the fleet moved in harmony, each ship now a beacon of unified cosmic knowledge. The journey home would be just the beginning. New frontiers awaited, mysteries beyond imagination called out to be solved, and the combined ingenuity of a united galaxy stood ready to face whatever challenges the universe might present. As they soared through the cosmos, Zara realized that the old saying was true. The journey truly was more important than the destination. And this journey, this grand cosmic adventure, was far from over. It was in fact just beginning. The universe watched, and for the first time in eons, it held its breath in anticipation of what might come next.